The air was thick with anticipation. It was a night that held promises of joy and celebration, a night that was supposed to be filled with laughter and memories. The fog rolled in, cloaking the streets and the forest in a mysterious shroud, adding an eerie sense of foreboding to the atmosphere. The town was quiet, too quiet, as if it was holding its breath, waiting for something to happen. Banners fluttered, proclaiming Happy 21st. They were strung up with care, each one a testament to the excitement that had been building for weeks. Friends and family had gathered, their hearts full of love and anticipation for the milestone celebration. The decorations were perfect, each detail meticulously planned to create an unforgettable night. Streamers danced in the breeze, their vibrant colors echoing the joy of a life about to bloom. They swayed gently as if whispering secrets of the past and dreams of the future. The garden was transformed into a wonderland of color and light, a place where magic seemed possible and where every corner held a promise of happiness. But fate, it seemed, had a cruel trick up its sleeve. The sky darkened and ominous clouds began to roll in, casting long shadows over the festive scene. The wind picked up, tearing at the decorations and sending a chill through the air. It was as if the universe itself was mourning, sensing the tragedy that was about to unfold. It was a celebration that would never be. The table, once laden with treats and a beautiful cake, now stood abandoned. The balloons, once full of life, hung deflated and sad. The laughter and joy that had been anticipated were replaced by a heavy silence, a silence that spoke of loss and heartbreak. Her name was Sarah, a name whispered now with a melancholic sigh. Sarah, who had been the light of so many lives, was now a memory, a ghost that haunted the hearts of those who loved her. Sarah, who loved sunflowers and old movies. She had a passion for the simple, beautiful things in life. Her room was filled with sunflower-themed decorations, and she spent countless hours watching classic films, losing herself in the stories and the romance of a bygone era. Sarah, who dreamed of traveling the world, her laughter the perfect soundtrack to any adventure. She had a map on her wall, dotted with pins marking the places she wanted to visit. Her suitcase was always half-packed, ready for the next journey. Her friends adored her, and her laughter was infectious, a melody that brought joy to everyone around her. Sarah, who vanished 2 days before her 21st birthday. The town was thrown into chaos with search parties and missing person posters plastered everywhere. The swing set where she used to play now stood empty, a haunting reminder of her absence. The road she walked alone seemed endless, a path that led to nowhere. The mystery of her disappearance left a void that could never be filled, a wound that would never heal. The last known sighting was achingly mundane. It was a typical day, the sun shining brightly, casting long shadows on the pavement. People were going about their business, unaware of the impending mystery that would soon grip the community. Sarah had stopped at the bakery, a place she frequented often. The smell of freshly baked bread and pastries wafted through the air, a comforting aroma that made the small shop a beloved local spot. She exchanged pleasantries with Mrs. Henderson, the kindly owner who had known her since she was a child. Mrs. Henderson's warm smile and gentle demeanor made everyone feel at home. Sarah promised to return later with her grandmother for their usual tea and gossip session. It was a cherished tradition, a time for bonding and sharing stories. But Sarah never made it back. The bakery closed for the day, the "Sorry we're closed" sign hanging in the window, a stark reminder of her absence. The hours stretched on, each tick of the clock a hammer blow to the heart of her family. They waited anxiously, their worry growing with each passing minute. Where was she? What had happened? Had she been in an accident? The thought was unbearable, but they couldn't help but imagine the worst. Every siren they heard sent a jolt of fear through their hearts. 1,000 scenarios, each more terrifying than the last, played out in the anguished minds of those who loved her. They clung to each other for support, their fear and uncertainty a shared burden. The community rallied around them, offering help and comfort, but the question remained: where was Sarah? The police were called, and a search was launched. Missing person posters were put up around town, each one a stark reminder of the growing mystery. The community held its breath, hoping for a miracle. Search parties combed through the nearby woods and fields, calling out her name, their voices echoing in the stillness. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig, brought a glimmer of hope that quickly faded. As days turned into weeks, hope began to wane. A candlelight vigil was held, the soft glow of the candles a symbol of the community's enduring hope and solidarity. Prayers were whispered, tears were shed, but Sarah remained missing. Her family clung to memories, flipping through old photo albums, holding on to pictures of happier times. Each photograph was a painful reminder of what they had lost, but also a source of strength and determination to keep searching. The story made headlines, the local news covering every development. People watched with bated breath, hoping for any sign of a breakthrough. The bakery, once a place of warmth and comfort, now stood as a silent witness to the mystery. Detectives worked tirelessly, following every lead, piecing together the puzzle. They interviewed friends, family, and anyone who might have seen or heard something. The map in the police station, dotted with marked locations, was a testament to their relentless efforts. And so, the days continued to pass, each one bringing a new dawn and a renewed sense of hope. The town remained vigilant, united in their quest to find Sarah. The mystery of her disappearance lingered, a shadow over the community, but they refused to give up. They held on to the belief that one day, she would return, and the sun would shine brightly once more. The investigation began, a town holding its breath. The police, faces grim, combed through Sarah's life, a boyfriend, his alibi airtight but his demeanor, off. A disgruntled co-worker passed over for a promotion Sarah received. Whispers snaked through the town, weaving a tapestry of suspicion and doubt. Had someone Sarah trusted lured her away? The thought, chilling in its implications, settled over the investigation like a shroud. Weeks bled into months, hope flickering like a candle in the wind. Each lead, a burst of fragile optimism, only to be extinguished by another dead end. The boyfriend, cleared of suspicion, was left with a broken heart and a cloud of doubt hanging over him. The case, once blazing with the urgency of the unknown, began to cool. Detectives, their faces etched with frustration, were left with a puzzle missing too many pieces. Section 5, A Town Frozen in Time. The years marched on, seasons changing but the town remaining frozen in time. Sarah's face, preserved in missing posters faded by the sun, became a haunting reminder of the mystery that refused to be solved. The annual ritual of her birthday, a bittersweet symphony of grief and remembrance, served as a gut-wrenching reminder of the life stolen, the future denied. Section 6, The Ghost of a Memory. Sarah's bedroom remained untouched, a shrine to a life interrupted. Her favorite books, the scent of lavender still clinging to her pillow, whispered tales of the girl she was, the woman she should have become. Her family, their hearts forever scarred, clung to the memories, the echoes of her laughter a bittersweet solace in the deafening silence of her absence. Section 7, A Crack in the Facade. 12 years, 12 long years of waiting, hoping and despairing. The passage of time felt like an eternity, each tick of the clock a reminder of the unresolved mystery that haunted everyone involved. 12 years of agonizing uncertainty, families torn apart by the weight of not knowing, friends left in a state of perpetual grief. The community, once vibrant, now overshadowed by the looming question, what really happened? And then, a crack in the wall of silence, a small, almost imperceptible shift that hinted at the possibility of answers. It was as if the universe had finally decided to reveal a sliver of truth. A new detective, young but tenacious, reopened the case. With fresh eyes and an unyielding determination, they pored over the old files, searching for anything that might have been missed. The weight of the past did not deter them. Instead, it fueled their resolve. Advances in DNA technology, a fresh set of eyes on old evidence. The tools at their disposal were far more advanced than those available 12 years ago. Every piece of evidence was re-examined, every lead re-evaluated. A seemingly insignificant detail overlooked years ago suddenly blazed with significance. It was a tiny clue, almost invisible to the naked eye, but it held the potential to unravel the entire mystery. A fingerprint, a partial match in the system. It was a breakthrough, a glimmer of hope in a case that had long been cold. The detective knew that this could be the key to unlocking the truth. The pieces of the puzzle, once scattered and meaningless, began to align with terrifying clarity. Each new discovery brought them closer to the truth, but also closer to the realization of the horrors that had been hidden for so long. The detective's heart raced with each new piece of evidence, knowing that they were on the brink of uncovering something monumental. The community watched with bated breath, hoping that this time, finally, they would get the answers they had been seeking for so long. Section 8 Justice, a dish best served cold. The arrest sent shockwaves through the community. The culprit, someone Sarah knew, someone trusted, her own uncle hiding in plain sight, his facade of respectability crumbling like dust. The trial was a media frenzy, the nation captivated by the tale of betrayal and deceit. The evidence, meticulously presented, painted a damning picture. The verdict, when it came, was swift and just. Guilty. Section 9. Scars that time can't heal. Justice had been served, but the wounds ran deep. The family, shattered and betrayed, grappled with the devastating truth. The town, forever marked by the tragedy, struggled to reconcile the past with the present. Sarah was gone, but her memory, her story served as a stark reminder. Evil often lurks where we least expect it, and the fight for justice, though long and arduous, is a battle always worth waging.